Hi guys, this is Will with Wild and Wonderful. We got a comment last night that I saw before my wife did, which doesn't happen very often. Someone bought this pump that we had recommended, and basically they wanted to know how it's doing now. Which I did say, in the video that I'd give an update, which I've been meaning to do. So I want to give a shout out to Robin Becker. Thank you for getting me moving on this. We are still using the pump, but with the kids helping, I've had to make some modifications. Alright, let me go through these modifications and why I had to do them. Alright? Alright, first modification I had to do. I actually had to do these pretty much all at once, okay? And nothing was too drastic. Well, it looks drastic, but okay. The plug. I had to put a new one on it. I do save these, but the reason I had to put a new one on it is the pump I had actually mounted to the milking stand to make it more kid-friendly. We had some issues with, kids knocking the pump on the ground, and I didn't want it to get tore up. Alright. This is a 12 volt, okay? And just thankfully, since I saved these things, I had one that fit the plug-in, alright? So, I did that. Now, because that was destroyed, the kids ripped the wires out of it. They ripped them out, and I ended up taking it apart, and I even soldered it back together, and that lasted like 3 days. They ripped it back out again. So, it wasn't the machine's fault, okay? It was just, things happen. Alright. Second problem we had with it was kids destroyed the switch, the on-off switch. And that pretty much happened at the same time they ripped out the wires. Switch would work. What was happening was, I found out, because nobody ever tells me anything happens and, till it doesn't work. And then I have to figure out what happened. When they would unplug the pump, they would throw the cord on the ground, and everybody, goats and kids, would step on it. So, it screwed up the switch. Alright, so I had to put a new switch on it. Everything on the canister side is exactly the way it came. I haven't changed a thing on that. That's perfect. Okay. Let me show you what I've had to do here. And there is... Sorry. I'm not taking that off. It's just... I melted my finger, so... It can't go in the hand as it's supposed to. Alright. I went to Tractor Supply, and I bought me a switch. Okay? I think I gave like $4 for this switch. You can use any switch you want to. You can use house switch, for your lights. It don't matter. And if you don't know anything about wiring, I'm sorry. I mean, you can buy the stuff to fix this. The actual, same parts. You can do that. I didn't want to. I wanted something that I knew my kids weren't going to destroy. If you're personally using this thing, it's going to last years. I'm sure of it. I have actually been more impressed with this after I've had to do all this work, because I've tore it all apart and I have really had a good look at it. But, okay, I put a switch to it, alright? You don't have to put a switch to it, actually. If you do away with the other plug. I'm pretty sure the other plug is what had the switch in it. Is that right? It's been a while. I've had it this way now for like a month. I don't remember. But you don't have to have a switch. You can plug it right in. Okay. This. Nothing wrong with this other than when the kids dropped it, they busted the face cover. That's just a piece of plastic to guard it. So that's fine. That just holds it into this. Now, there was nothing wrong with the motor cover, okay? I mean, it's a nice little piece of steel, you know, nothing wrong with it. But I put it in this. This is the only container I could find at the time that everything would fit in. I put it in this because I was concerned the kids was going to rip the wires out of it and do even more damage. So I just put it in this as a housing, okay? This was not a necessary thing, but it has made life easier, and it makes it kind of bump-proof. Alright, so I mean, this has fell off the shelf I don't know how many times. Goats hop up and knock it off, and this worked for me, okay? Now, you bought the same pump I did, I'm guessing. They've got a couple variants out there. But, okay, this is inside of the metal canister. Alright, if you've seen my past videos, even if you don't know what's going on now, check out the past video. Okay? This is what I'm impressed with. Alright, I mean, you can yank off this hose. I was concerned that this hose was going to be like a permanent fixture. It's not. Very first problem we had with the pump was it didn't seem like it had any power. It was making a funny noise, and I mean, the kids had been using it for like, I don't know, maybe 2 months on their own. Well, I had, you know, figured, look, we gave like $50 for it, or, you know, something in that ballpark, and we had already gotten almost a year out of it, and I figured, you know, $50 for a year, I can't complain. I mean, it made things so much easier. I was ready to just go ahead and buy a new one, but I figured why not? You know, it'd take me a week to wait on it, so I took it apart. Alright, pulls apart extremely easy. Take your little pieces of plastic out, pull your pump out. Alright, well, I got to looking at it, and everything seemed okay. The copper was still bright, so I pulled the screws out. This thing is so easy to work on, it's pathetic. You can't screw it up, alright? This is a sealed pump, okay? I was concerned when I very first got it that if milk got sucked up through the tube, that basically it'd fry the motor. What had happened, I found out, is that the kids knocked this over and it sucked up a bunch of milk. It filled this. Well, nobody wanted to tell me about it. So, the milk dried out inside of it. That's what happened. So this had, I mean, some of the nastiest stuff you could imagine inside. Because apparently it had gone like 2.5 weeks that way. And it was still working. So I took it apart. Terrible smell. I cleaned it all out. Washed it. Bleached it. Put it back together. It runs like it's new. You can't destroy this thing. Alright? It's made so simple. It's unbelievable. Which I love. If you can make something work and do it simply, that's the best thing you can get. I don't even see where you could wear out the parts in it. I mean, we have used this a lot. And, everything inside looked new. I mean, nothing was wore at all. So I had to do that. I had to clean it out. Worked fine. Um, Sorry, I've been rambling. But that's what I've had to do to it. Okay, I've had to replace the cord. I've had to replace the switch, and I've had to clean it. Okay, and it still works fantastic. It does. Like I said, we've really put use to it. This thing, it has been dropped so many times, it's unbelievable. I can't believe it still works. Because to feel it, it's so light and feels flimsy. But I mean, it's held on fantastic. The quick connects, they're in great shape. The next thing I'm going to replace, alright, and this isn't a must, but it's gonna happen, is I am going to replace the hose that come with. I don't like it. I really don't. I can see it's all twirled up. It's so stiff. I mean, it's not that big a deal in the summertime, but when it's like 15 degrees outside, that stuff does not move. Alright? Might as well be using the springs. The hose is still working. I mean, on this piece here, there is some discoloration. I mean, we bleach it every time. But, this part, I mean, it doesn't even get milk touched on it. So, I mean, this is, you know, where you're sucking the air out of the canister. I highly recommend this unit. We are going to upgrade, though, here in the next, I don't know, probably 6 months. I found another one that does cost more, but it has some nicer features to it. Now, we are still going to keep this one because I'm sure it's going to keep on working, especially as a backup. Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic pump. It really is. It has by far exceeded my expectations. I can't really find a bad thing to say about it. It would still be like new if I was the only person using it. I'm sure of it. I mean, unless something severe happened, you know, some bad accident, I don't see where it would have anything wrong with it. But we have kids, and kids help, and things happen. If you don't have this exact pump, like I said, check out the old video. But this is the canister style we got. You can find these pumps on eBay. You can actually find these pumps on Wish, but I prefer getting it from eBay. I'm sure it comes from the exact same place that, you know, is coming from Wish. But you can get them with different canisters, and that'll affect the price a little bit. I really liked this canister. All it is, you know, a drinks container with the quick connects put into it. Yeah, I can't find anything bad to say about it. Alright, guys? This just works perfect for beginners, people on a budget, like us, people with a lot of kids. I mean, if something gets destroyed on it, I think this piece here, I think I actually found this on eBay for $6, okay? I mean, replacement parts are not expensive. And worst case scenario, if it gets damaged too bad, another one's $50. This was perfect for us. We're milking 4 goats with it. We're going to be milking, I guess, 6 goats come August. And then probably like 11 goats next year. So I am going to have to get another pump, and I am going to get one that's a little bit better. And I'm not going with a better pump because of anything wrong with this pump. I'm going with the better pump because it actually looks more durable. So I hope you find this useful. I'm sorry about wasting all your time, sitting here talking about nothing. And I hope you guys have a good day. Good luck, and if you have any questions, ask. Alright? Appreciate it. Later, guys.